After playing over 20 hours of Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, I've made a ton of mistakes and learned a lot. So I've curated a list of my top 15 beginner tips and tricks to help guide new players in the early part of the game. Let's go. Tip number 1 are a couple game settings that can really help improve the look. If you notice on the corners all around the game, do you see how blurry it is? That drove me bonkers, this bokeh effect. I don't want it. If you go into your settings, and let me preface this by saying I am on PC, I don't know if consoles have the same settings that we do, and what you're looking for is this depth of field. You want to turn it off. You have all of the clarity back on the corners. Now, if that's not something you want, you can leave it on, but I really like the look of it better without that depth of field. Another thing, if you want to take screenshots or maybe you want to do some video recordings and you don't want to have to worry about all of these labels on the screen, it really junks things up, go back into your settings and it's right on the first page, Adventure Information Display. Just turn that off. Look how beautiful this looks. Everything is gone, all the labels, and you just have the pretty graphics. And then the third improvement you can make is to press down on the D-pad and zoom in or out with the camera. And then if you're on keyboard, it is going to be the key N, so that's your N key, or down on the D-pad. So if you want the more immersive zoomed in feel, you got that. Tip number 2 is the sweet spot search for all of your gathering lives, and this took me forever to figure out. This skill is unlocked right here in all of your gathering lives. This is Miner. You'll find it in the same spot for Woodcutter, and then also for Angler. It says to press X, or if you're on keyboard, it's going to be R, to check for sweet spots while you are doing that gathering activity. First, initiate the gathering activity, and then press X on controller or R on keyboard to search for the sweet spot. Now she didn't find the sweet spot. I'm going to move over here. I'm going to press X again. Nope, nothing. Press X again. There, we found the sweet spot. And then I'm going to go ham on this thing and cut it down. Let's try another example. Initiate, press X, nothing, move a little bit, press X again, search again. The ellipsis means it should be the exact opposite side of the circle. Search here, and there we have it, the exact opposite side of the ellipsis. So if you see an ellipsis, go to the exact opposite side of the circle and you should find it. And by the same token, that tells you if you search and you don't see the ellipsis, then I'm not going to search on the opposite side of that, right? Because if the sweet spot was here, I would have seen the ellipsis. So that saves you a little bit of time there, a little bit of stamina. There's the ellipsis, so we should find the sweet spot directly on the opposite. There we have it. There's your sweet spot. Let's try it with fishing really quickly. I have initiated. We're going to wait for the fish to strike, pull the bobber down. Now we are going to begin searching. I'm going to try here. Oh, she found the ellipsis, so it should be right here. Let's try it. Search, and we have it. You could find the sweet spot without the search feature, but it saves time, stamina, and precious fishing line tension on higher level targets. Tip number 3, excellent gathering. You're going to want to aim for this for all of your gathering lives, and in order to get that large final hit and get more materials, head to your skill board and you're looking for your charged attack, and it's going to be in the same location for Woodcutter and then Miner. Once I get to that pink spot down at the very bottom, those arrows, then I'm going to use my charge attack and finish it off. And now I'm going to charge it and I'm going to let it go in that pink. That finished it off. We got the excellent rating, and that should give you more materials. And also some of your quests are going to require you to get excellent so many times. Let's try it with some mining. And this is such a low level gem and I've got a helper, so this could happen really quickly. I'm going to hit it once and then I'm going to hold my charge. I don't even have the sweet spot yet. And as soon as he gets it down in the pink area, now. And there we got it. There's our excellent additional materials. and you can help fulfill your quests. Tip number 4, don't rush this tutorial island. You're going to begin on Eternia Village, and then you have the capital up here. After you pick a life and are able to fly away on Skelligon, know that you're going to run into some combat. So my advice is, at the very least, unlock one of the 4 blue combat lives. Better yet, also unlock fishing, woodcutting, and mining, as you'll need these in many of the beginner areas. But if I could do it all over again, I'd unlock them all. You'll only have access to 12, as farmer and artist are unlocked later. Spend 2 to 3 hours completing the first quest for all 12 lives and gaining the starting equipment, and then continue the story. Just my 2 cents. Number 5, did you know that you could quick travel to your Life Master when you're ready to turn in quests? Do you see how I have quests to turn in? Well, if I go to this life section within my Weird tablet, and then within the profession, look on the bottom of the screen. It tells you you can go directly to your Life Master. I'm not even on that same island, but I'm going to press it, move to the Life Master's location, and then bam, you are right in their living room and can turn in your reports. That just makes it so much faster than having to go to the island first and then find their house. You're right here. Number 6, changing lives. Now, I'm a miner, and then say I want to chop down a tree. All you have to do is interact with it. And let me give you a good view of my outfit. Now I am a woodcutter. And then let's say I want to go over here on the beach and I want to fight some bad guys. Now I'm a magician. And now I want to go from magician to angler. You just interact with it. But now here is the exception I have found so far. Let's say I want to go back and fight these guys, but I don't want to be a magician. I want to be a paladin. Oh, well, they've already taken care of them. But let's just say that these guys are still there and I need to slice and dice them. I am going to press right on my D-pad, or if you're on keyboard, it's going to be L. And here you can select the different combat life. So now I'm paladin, and the nice thing about that is, let's say I go back to something else. All right, so now I'm angler, and I want to fight again. It's going to go back to the most recently used combat life. Number 7, equipment and outfits. Anytime you get new equipment unlocked or crafted or bought, go into your Weird tablet under the equipment section and make sure that you equip it. When I unlock a new life, I also have to remember to add any charms that you want because they aren't added by default. So make sure to always equip each class with the most upgraded gear that you want. And down on the bottom, you see that auto equip feature. So you can press that and it will auto equip the best tier items for each category. See, my equipment was updated. Oh wow, I didn't even know I had that hat. That's kind of cool. But here's the next part of this. If you don't want to look like this, if I don't want to be a paladin with that shark hat, although that's kind of cute, back out and go to your outfit section. And then within the paladin, I am overriding the equipment. It's basically like covering your equipment with a facade, with a skin. So even though I have Trip's helmet on, that's the phenotype. Okay, we're going to nerd out and go science on this. The phenotype, what you see is your outfits. But the genotype, what's really underneath, that code underneath is really your equipment. So I have all the best equipment, but I do not look like I do. This is what I am masquerading as, if that makes sense. Just make sure to always upgrade your equipment within here anytime you have it change, and don't forget about the charms. Number 8, you also have buddy equipment, and that is also within this section. Look on the top right of your screen. This is easy to miss. If you use right trigger, and let's see what it is on keyboard, it's going to be your numbers. You can sort through your buddy. So let's say Olivia here, she's my newest buddy, and she probably doesn't have the best equipment. So again, I can auto equip her, and let's see if it changes. Oh, I think it did. You're going to want your buddies to have good equipment. You can make them equipment, you can buy equipment, but make sure to equip it here or they won't use it, if that makes sense. And the same thing for this guy. He's got just a really crappy pickaxe. Let's see if we have something better. Yep, we did. And then the same thing for our carpenter buddy here. Auto equip her. And she was updated with new gear too. Number 9, how do you add or remove the buddies from your party? This took me a while to figure out, and I want to shout out my fellow YouTuber Jersey Games for helping me realize that you can just go to Skelligon here, talk to him, and go to party formation, and right within here, you can change to a different buddy if you want. You also can go to your base camp, this is your home island, go into the guild office and talk to Boyle. And here you have the same access to your party formation that you would if you were talking with Skelligon. Number 10, a few combat tips. Now this is not my forte, so I certainly am not the one to be handing out tips on this, but I've learned a few things that might help beginners. Number 1, you don't have to worry about running out of sprint, and you can sprint right through these areas. See how I didn't even fight those guys? You have endless sprint stamina. So I'm just gonna run completely through the areas where I know I don't want to pick a fight. Oh wow, here's a teachable moment. Do you see those apples on that tree over there? Apples or coconuts, harvest them whenever you can because you can put them on your little quick wheel and you can eat them for some quick healing. See how I have my apples and my coconuts on here? And I think I might be able to just sneak in here. Let's see if we can sneak in and get the apples. Oh, they're gonna let us. And I'm going to pause it there to show you another thing you can do. If you need to heal but don't have the time mid-fight to grab a coconut or an apple, you can pull up your weird tablet. I just completely pause the fight and then I can go in and eat whatever I want. I can have the coconuts, the apples. I can heal myself with these potions. See, we're going to eat it. We're going to choose me. And I have healed myself completely back up. And then we're going to basically unpause the fight again. And easy peasy, it helps a lot. Let's see what he gave us. A pine axe, hey, not bad. Here's a little crafting tip for you. I like to use the D-pad instead of my thumbsticks to switch between these areas because I think my thumbsticks just have a high sensitivity and I overshoot it. So if you find yourself overshooting it like that, just try the D-pad for finer control. Tip number 12, the flowers and the weeds on your base island. You're going to want to collect them. These are called Celestia's Gift, and you're going to need these to unlock your buddies once you find the objects they're trapped in. But instead of walking around and picking them up one by one, as soon as you unlock your little robot terraformer, this guy right here that looks like he's from Overwatch, you're going to swap to him. And then down on the bottom, do you see how it gives you whatever button or key you're supposed to press to collect the Celestia? Those are the flowers. So press it. And look at that. The flowers are magically all collected, 117, and all you had to do was press a couple buttons. Now for the grass, it took me a while to figure this out because if you walk on it, it just gives me the prompt to remove this, but I think we can remove this little patch of grass. I'm gonna press Y on my Xbox controller. Your island will have grass clumps everywhere and you won't be able to terraform over them, so you're going to want to remove each one that you can manually using Y. I don't know what the equivalent is on keyboard, but that's how you do it. Tip number 13, if you want to change your appearance or your island name, all you need to do is wait until you have your home camp here, your base, go to the guild office, and the person you're going to want to see is this little guy here, Boyle. You can change your appearance just like when you first started the game, so you don't have to stress over that. And if you don't like your island name, you change it right here. It doesn't cost you anything. Easy peasy. Tip number 14, you can squad up for easier exploring and dungeon fighting. If you want to try one of these groves here, but you don't want to do it alone because you're kind of low level, what you're going to do is go back to the guild office here, and in the very back room is this guy here. Talk to him, and from here you can either recruit people to your island, and you can set all sorts of parameters here, including a password. I think this is how you invite your friends over. I haven't done that yet. or you can choose to head out to a random island. This is what I did yesterday, and I had a lot of fun with it. You have all these random islands, and it tells you the requirements on the right side, if there are any. It has the time limit. It tells you how many are in the party. There's only one in each of these, and you can go ahead and join them. I will insert a clip of the party that I joined yesterday, and they were doing one of those groves. I call them dungeons. I think they're called groves. The plants you plant at the very back of your home base, and you can explore, and they're never the same thing twice. But what was nice is they were higher level in a lot of the things, but I really could help out with some of the combat and some of the fishing, and it just really blends people together nicely, and you can use your strengths and they can help you in areas that you might be weak, and everybody gets the stuff, and it's just a good time. And I highly recommend trying this out. You don't have to voice chat with anybody. There's no voice chat. There's text chat. You can use emotes. Initially, the multiplayer experience was quite restrictive, and I know a lot of players were upset about it. And I still would like to see a little bit more freedom, but even with the time restrictions, and you have to kind of pick what type of activities you want to do, if you want to explore, if you want to go to a specific island, it's still a really fun time, and I would anticipate that they might fine-tune the experience even further. And number 15, let's take the advice of this mimic and take things one step at a time and balance our activities. Work on a little bit of the story. Work on your gathering and your hunting. And be observant of the area you're in. If you're finding that things are way too hard, you need to slow down on the story and upgrade your skills, because parts of the story will be hindered by your skill level and vice versa, as there are some skills, some quests for your lives that are going to be locked if you haven't progressed the story enough. So just do a little bit of everything, and if you find things are getting a little too difficult, maybe stop that and work on something else. You just want to have a nice balance of everything so that nothing is too hard or too easy for that matter. Hopefully these tips and tricks will help you on your beginner experience throughout Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. I am just in love with this game, and if you have any tips and tricks that I haven't shared, please drop them in the comments below. I would love to learn from you. And if you don't want to miss out on the latest in chill and cozy games, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.